we're back again with Always Sometimes Monsters, and I'm your host, Shou. I've decided we're going to the club to help out. I mean, we promised, and we only told Mrs. Tewilager that maybe she's old and she probably needs help, but we promised our friend, so I've had a lot of good memories here at the Phoenix. Darkeff should be waiting for me inside. Get to work. Whoa, lady. We ain't open yet. Excuse me? I said we're closed, woman. We're expecting a crew. Where's Darkeff? Look, I'm working here today. Is Darkeff around? Are the discs that everyone's been waiting on then? Darkeff's in the main room, so I'd get over there if I were you. I'll just stand here and watch you from behind. That's creepy. Poster got a figure? No. Figure? It's Mega Team? Land Team? Lard Team? I don't know. It's too tiny. Bottles. I'll inspect things before I get to work. It's a video game. You've got to inspect everything, and I haven't played a good video game in so long. Like, I mean, I play good video games, but haha, men's room. The trash bin is surprisingly empty. I wonder if people even wash their hands. I hope so. Ew. No, you're not, but maybe there's a figure stuffed in one. Wait, what? Okay. I think I missed what she said. I'm taking the crowbar. It's a video game. Gotta take the crowbar. The sign says out of order. I completely regret my decision to investigate this toilet. Use the toilet? Yes? Okay, good. No figures, though. Figure? No, you just went. Figure? No. Figure? Nothing in here except a bunch of garbage and a used condom. Gross. That mirror says slut and lipstick. Well, that's, pleasant. Thank you. Speaker. There's some glowing bottles up there. I want them. You are not carrying anything. I think this is important. So I'm going to make little notes. That you can't see, but that's okay. Kind of curvy on the bottom there. So there's a keyboard, keys that I am not really drawing very well, but that's okay. A guitar is like sort of under it. I totally draw guitars good. Then there's a microphone here, and a drum set, which I will just draw a circle and some more circles, and well, lots of circles really, because because, you know, that's a drum set. It's just a bunch of circles. Sorry, you have to look at this, but I might need to remember this because of the whole job thing. And then there's a weird, like, skinnier guitar thing, which might be a bass, because I know nothing about music making. I'm gonna draw that, and hopefully it works. And then I drew everything. And the dead rise. You're late, too. Did Benny give you any trouble at the door? No, he let me right through. He was kind of a jerk, though. Some bouncer he is. How've you been? You pumped for the show? I'm nervous. Really nervous. This is my first big show since I split with Viper, and I don't know how well it's going to go without her. I know what you mean. Not a day goes by where I don't wonder how different my life would be if he hadn't left so suddenly. His name was McChin, for goodness sake. You were not meant to be. Jesus, we're on this again? Look, McChin left you, what, a year ago? It's time to move on, don't you think? You're right. It's just not that easy for me. I don't know if you've noticed, but life's been kinda bad for me since he left. How long are you gonna blame him for everything? Seriously, you've got to take some responsibility. I agree. Remember, he left you because of what you did. You know what? Screw you. Not all of us are happy to be rid of our ex. Not all of us dated self-destructive junkies. Not cool, man. All I'm saying is that since I left Viper, I'm realizing how it's the choices we make that define us. Am I worried about the choices I've made? Totally. Am I terrified that my music's been garbage since I quit? Sure. At least I made a choice, man. Alright, main character that I've named Brandy because of your alcohol choice. You will be nice, because shut up, it's been a year, don't be a baby. You'll be fine. Everyone's really proud of you for getting off that stuff. Not everyone, man. Seems like my fans prefer when my sound's all screwed up. Part of me thinks they're right. They're definitely wrong. That's nonsense. Everyone's just scared of change. Your manager makes a lot of money from you. I'm sure you sound fine. I appreciate it, but you haven't heard me since I kicked the stuff. I'm just nervous is all. Kinda wish I had some to calm my nerves. Well, my burden to bear. Here's the layout for the equipment. Try to follow it exactly. I've got enough to worry about tonight. Since you slept in, we don't have any time to redo anything, so make sure you get it right the first time. I knew I had to draw that down. I knew it. And not because I played this part before. I have not. The gear's in those boxes here. All I've got to do is put the right stuff on the stage in the right place according to the layout. Seriously, a monkey could do this job, so you better not mess it up. Get it done perfectly and I'll give you $100, okay? I'll do my best, Captain. I'll head backstage and work the spotlights for you. Thanks. You picked up the guitar. Your hands are already full. These are the speakers, and those are the speakers. I didn't need to draw down the speakers. Okay, so... here. Yes. I think I got it right. No. Maybe. I hope I can move that. Microphone goes here. Yes. Connect to cable A to... Wait, that's not right. Okay. Base. Shoot. Maybe... Please? I hope I put that together right. Okay, they look exactly the same. Hey, Brandy, come give me a hug. Viper? What are you doing here? I thought you and Darkeff split. You sure he's cool with you hanging around here before his show? Trust me, if I know Darkeff, he's missing me like crazy right now. He's probably already told you so, hasn't he? No, he hasn't. I hate to break it to you, but I think you two are Splitsville for good this time. I always know when you're lying, Brandy. I also know when my baby is super nervous, which is why I brought him a present. It's a baggie of heroin. Are you crazy? Darkeff's been doing so well. What the hell is wrong with you? Hey, I'm not forcing the needle in his arm. Nobody is. He's a big boy and he doesn't need you making his decisions for him. If he's nervous about the show and this helps calm him down, then who are we to get in his way? I'll just get it from someone else otherwise. Get out of here. Like, now. Darkeff left you for a reason. What don't you understand about that? You don't know the first thing about Darkeff. What he needs, or what he loves. You don't know a thing about love. Good luck with the show. My baby bombs, it's all your fault. Yeah, 'cause... yeah. Well, I kicked her out, so that's okay. Drums, go over here. And... oh, shoot. I'm not done yet. Don't anything, okay? Please, thanks. Did I do it right? Well, how'd it go? Please be right. Well, what do we have here? I'm going to put this away. We'd get in a lot of trouble if someone found a bag of heroin on the floor during the concert. Please be right. Please be right. Not too shabby. You goofed on one thing, but it can get adjusted before the show, no problem. Nice work. Here's the $100 I promised you. Do try and be a little more careful with your work, though. Not everyone will cut you this much slack. Thanks, man. Sorry about the slip-up, though. I can always count on you. Benny said Viper swung by earlier. Did you talk to her at all? Was she looking for me? I'm gonna be honest with you, yeah. She didn't leave anything here, did she? Yeah, you already got it. That crazy junkie nearly took my head off with her bag of smack. Sure you don't want me to hold on to that stuff for you? I can get rid of it if you like. Seriously, I appreciate the concern, though. It's going to come across it again sooner or later. Well, I guess I gotta go get ready for the show. Feel free to come back to the club a little later if you're interested in working coat check. I'm short-staffed and could use you. Just talk to Benny at the door when you're ready to get started. Hey, Brandy, you're a good friend. I guess that's a day's work. I hope I made the right call with Darkeff. He's really been there for me this past year. I'm gonna follow him. You can do this, man. You don't need that crap anymore. You don't need her anymore either. Oh, Brandy. You didn't hear that, did you? No? Yeah, you're the worst liar. Kind of strange if Viper shows up and then I find brown gold on the floor. No matter, I'll be sure to keep it in a safe place. I know you can. You've done a lot for me over this past year, so I just want you to know you're a good friend. Likewise. worried about him. Don't do the drugs, man, please. Did she put it in here? Is it in here? No. Alright. Okay. Okay. He'll be fine. He's a big boy. He can handle himself. I hope. I hope I did it right. Bye, dude. Yeah, you might be a little late, but yeah. Let's go check on her. I did look, but I think someone's in there. I guess enough time didn't pass. To the apartments. Also, bird. I'm gonna call you Tim. Little Timmy bird. Bye, Tim. Be a good bird. Is this place open yet? Ooh, it is. Figure. Darts. Whoa, 1 dart. Does it only go in that one spot? I think it does. Don't sit. Sit for a second. I'll have water. They don't have water? Nothing. Thanks. Bye. What's in here? Oh. Plays only means no figures. The old cookie factory used to be one of the best places to work in town before it closed down. Thanks, NPC. Like any good bank, this one is closed for the night. Ooh, I could explore everything again. I don't know if you want to see that, though. I'm probably only getting like 2 viewers. So I'll do what I want. Bye, dude with car. Are the developers still in here? Yes? Do you guys ever sleep? Why would you put mayo on French fries? I'm a writer, not a programmer. Besides, some people like mayo on their French fries. Doesn't mean I understand it, dude. Don't worry, I'll clean it up. Man, I think I'm going crazy. Starting to see the game and everything around me now. Me too! That's a good thing, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, bye, weirdos. I mean, the wonderful people who gave us this game. Nah, everybody's a weirdo. I don't mind it. Does this pigeon make noises too? It makes a different noise. That's so cool. This is Tewilager? Do you need help? Is there anything in this box now? No. Ding! Oh, it did come up. I think this is hers. Yeah, I'll knock on the door, just in case. Who could that be? Hello, who's there?
It's me, Brandy.
Oh, come right in.
Mrs. Tewilager, I'm here to help clean.
Oh, you're a little late for that, Brandy. It's alright though, I managed to get it all done myself. Still, I'm very glad you came. You're such a good kid.
Well, then I guess you don't need me then?
I was just about to sit down to dinner. Would you care to join me?
I was thinking of going to our coat check down at the club. Pretty hungry though. What's for dinner?
It's a fresh lamb stew. You're gonna love it. Come and have a seat. We wouldn't want it getting cold.
Sounds great. You won't believe how hungry I am.
Well, there's plenty to eat, so don't you worry about it if you want seconds.
Thanks. Are you having a guest? Don't tell me I'm the only one who came.
Oh, I never explained, did I?
Tonight's my beloved Thomas's birthday. Every year we have a special little dinner together. Tidy up the house like he prefers and make his favorite meal, an old-fashioned stew. Huh, that sounds really nice. When's he coming?
Oh, well, he's not exactly. Thomas was my husband, but he's not with us anymore.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry about, Brandy. We had a wonderful life together, and he's still with me every day, in my heart. I'm glad you're here, though. Sometimes today can make me a little emotional. It'll be nice having someone else to talk to for a change.
Salad?
Hush, it's good for your digestion. You'll get your stew afterwards.
Appetizer? That's pretty awesome. I've never had like a multiple course meal. I don't usually eat sides, so...
I'm so glad you decided to join me. It's nice to have young company for a change.
It's no trouble at all. It's my pleasure.
I appreciate the kindness, Brandy. I'm kinda lonely living alone these days.
Well, considering I'm eating out of a microwave most nights, this is a real treat.
Didn't you cook for that boyfriend of yours very often? What was his name? McChin, was it?
Oh, we'd eat out more often than not. We're both pretty busy, you know.
Ah, I understand. Life can get pretty hectic nowadays. Life sure does move a lot faster than when I was your age.
23 minutes. Keep going.
How long has it been since you last saw each other? I always remember he was so polite. We'd bump into each other nearly every morning as he was heading out the door for his morning jog. It's funny the things you miss about a person can often be what you take for granted. The cruel parts that never know you're doing it at the time, but such is life, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess. She misses him like nuts. I really do miss him quite a lot. It's been about a year since we last saw each other. I still don't feel the same.
Believe me, I understand how you feel. When you're so close with someone, their absence can be hard to deal with. I won't lie to you, that sadness you feel now may never go away. Luckier than I was, though. You still have an opportunity to mend the rift.
I don't know about that. Life's changed a great deal for both of us since we parted ways. Chin's not even in the city anymore, I don't think. Seems he wanted to get as far away from me as possible.
A decision like that can be made in an instant, though. Who's to say what it really means? For all you know, McChin could be regretting leaving just as much as you do.
I'm not so sure that's true.
It ended rather rough.
Things between us ended rather roughly. There's a reason we don't talk. A lot of feelings were hurt. Probably past repair. You know, I don't believe that. Anything can be repaired if you try hard enough. If you both try hard enough. Unless it was like murder or something. Be that as it may, you're not a mind reader, Brandy. A good relationship like the one you had doesn't die so easily. Actions can be amended and feelings can be healed. The only thing that truly divides people is time apart. You can't be so sure you know what's going on in someone else's heart unless you ask them yourself.
Suppose you're right about the time apart dividing us. I'm not even sure he's the same person anymore, to be honest. When I look at how much I've changed in the last year, I can't imagine McChin stayed the same.
Oh, you've changed less than you think, Brandy. Call me a nosy neighbor, but I've watched you come and go in this building for a long time now. Tell me what you think is so different about you today versus a year ago.
You want to know how I've changed since McChin left? You know, you probably haven't changed. I guess the thing that's changed most is my work. I've made a lot of progress on my book. I mean, it's really starting to feel complete.
Oh, I had no idea you were nearly done. Do you have a release date decided yet?
Well, it's not quite that ready yet, I guess. There's still a bunch of it that needs revision, and I haven't really figured out the ending.
Ah, I see. Not so different after all, then.
No, I guess not.
Being the same person you were a year ago doesn't have to be a bad thing unless you think it is. Don't forget, that's who McChin fell in love with in the first place.
Yeah, but it's also who he left. Main course.
So, how are you enjoying the stew?
It's really quite good. What's the meat in this?
That's fresh lamb. I got it from the butcher this morning. Feel free to have as much as you want. I got used to making rather large pots of it. Every time I'd make it, my Thomas would eat at least 4 bowls just by himself.
There were never any leftovers back in those days, I'm afraid. He sounds like quite the character. How'd you meet? Do you mind me asking how you and Thomas met? It's a funny story.
Actually, it happened the summer after I finished high school. He was working in a garage near my house, and my father hired him to fix our old jalopy? Jalopy.
Oh, I probably gotta press a button.
I was working at the time, so when my father asked me to pick the car up for him, I had no choice. I didn't even have a license at the time, so I was terrified the whole day imagining myself getting it home.
Well, that certainly sounds safe. How'd you get away with driving illegally like that?
It was a different time back then. We didn't worry about little things like that.
Yeah, my grandma said that when she was 16, her boyfriend at the time taught her how to drive, and neither of them had a license. She's a safe driver, I guess. I mean, she's never been in a crash, so I guess it's cool. I was scared, but that wasn't going to stop me. I hated disappointing my father. So I showed up to the shop, scared out of my wits, and there he was, covered in grease and sweat, a real man's man, if you know what I mean. Thomas could tell immediately I was clueless and must have asked me if I needed help a dozen times. I was stumbling over myself with how cute he was, so I just kept telling him I'd be fine. I wanted to get home as quickly as possible before I said or did something embarrassing. I was so distracted thinking about him that I crashed straight into the stop sign barely 20 feet away. Well, she lived, so... Thomas, the sweetheart, charged right over to see if I was okay. There wasn't a scratch on me, but the car was in pretty rough shape. I was terrified I'd get in trouble with my father. He'd have been so mad to find out what happened. Thomas, sensing my dismay, offered to fix it for free and tell my father he needed more time with it to keep me from trouble. That's sweet. His only condition was that I'd agree to go have dinner with him that weekend. Well, it sounded like you really wanted to, so...
course I said yes. The rest is history. That's adorable. Love's funny like that, isn't it? Was it the accident that drew us together, or was it our attraction that caused the accident? Sometimes I think these things are just meant to happen, you know?
Sounds like you two were made for each other. What was your life like?
Well, it wasn't perfect, but they were far from the best. They were by far the best years of my life. I trade all the ones I've got left just for one more lazy summer afternoon with him. Aww.
I'm not a romantic, but that's adorable.
When we were young and everything was new to us, all we needed was our love. It didn't matter that we were poor or hungry. As long as we had each other, we were happier than pigs in mud. We had such grand dreams for our lives. We planned to travel the world together, see exotic places as a pair.
Homework? Paperwork. Sounds like a child.
Eventually, though, the bills started piling up, so Thomas started working longer hours to make ends meet. There were times when we'd have debt collectors knocking on our doors, and I wasn't sure we'd make it. I thought myself foolish for being so idealistic in our youth. Reality hit us a lot harder than we expected. I resented him working so much, even though I knew it was necessary for us to survive. He would be frustrated with every mistake I made, fearing how far I had set us back. The stress of it all would cause us to fight over the most ridiculous things as we scraped by.
Aww.
Still, our love was strong enough that our tension always faded once we vented. We'd always make up and vowed to double down on our efforts to make our dreams together come true. We slogged away, hoping we'd have a few extra pennies to put away at the end of the month, but we never got far. As we got older, things got easier, but we were too tired and beat to do anything about it.
So you just gave up on your dream like that?
We were comfortable and happy together. Eventually, we realized that's all we really wanted. It didn't matter where we were or what we were doing, just so long as we were together. Besides, it's more than a little impractical just packing up your life to chase a silly idea like that.
Ooh, half hour. I'll keep going. This is an extra long one. So enjoy it, I guess. I hope.
Sometimes I regret it though, especially when I wonder where we might have been when we started enlisting. When I think about it, it's hard not getting angry at myself for not trying harder. But then, how are we to know? Sorry, it's a very painful subject for me.
So, Thomas was drafted in the war? I'm not gonna ask that. That's mean.
I just love ice cream, don't you?
You don't hear me complaining.
I've had a really nice time this evening. I'm very happy you decided to come by.
It's no trouble at all. I'm glad I came too.
Still, I want to thank you for spending your time with me tonight, so I have something for you.
What's this?
These were my husband's baseball cards. He used to collect them when he was a boy. Some of them are quite old. They're probably worth quite a bit of money. I want you to have one of them as a token of my appreciation. You can keep it as a memento, or I'm sure someone will be happy to pay you for it.
You can't be serious, can you?
Please, I know how much you could use the money right now, and they're not doing me any good. They just sit in a box. I can't even bring myself to look at them anymore. I won't take no as an answer from you, so don't even make a fuss about it. I just don't trust myself not to get all weepy if I see which one you're taking, so I want you to pick by the time I return from the washroom. Just close up the box when you're done, and we won't say another word about it, understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Alright then, I'll be back in a moment. Wow, these cards are really ancient. I bet they're worth a small fortune to the right collector. I couldn't do that to Mrs. Tewilager though, could I? One card. You took a baseball card. did invite me to take one. It'd be rude not to, I suppose. I hope I made the right decision.
I really do.
Thanks again for having me over, Miss Tewilager. You're more welcome. You're more than welcome. You're such a good kid. Here, take this with you. Some leftovers from the dinner to eat later.
You received leftovers too.
A young person like you needs to eat.
Well, it won't pay my bills, but it's better than eating junk food. Thank you very much.
You take care of yourself and have a good night. It's getting late, so I'm off to bed.
Alright then. Good night. Thank you, nice old lady. It's getting pretty late and I'm beat. I should count up my pennies and see if I can get my rent paid. Between the 103 I've got in my wallet and the 0 stored in my bank, I've got a grand total of 103 available to pay rent. That's not enough to get me back in my bed. Maybe I can scrounge together a few more bucks, but it looks like I'll be sleeping under the stars tonight. Better go and find a comfy straight mattress. And with Mrs. Tewilager's sad story and happy story, well, life story, it's got ups and downs. I'm gonna end this one, and we'll come back to it later.